All right, so we've got an equation and two variables. If you have an equation with with more than one variable, a lot of times they call this a literal equation. All right, so you could be solving for y, you could be solving for x, but in all of these cases, we are going to be solving for x. All right, so we need to get this by itself. So I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides, and that'll give us 3x equals 4 minus 2y. Then we're going to divide by 3. This is going to give us x equals 4 minus 2y over 3. All right. You couldn't combine the 4 and the 2y at all because they weren't like terms. And here, there's not really anything you can divide by 3, so this is probably as good as it gets. All right. Next example here, we've got r times all of this equals g, and we're going to solve for x again. So first off, we'll use the distributive property. This will give us 3r, and this will give us negative rx equals g. All right, we'll do the same steps as above. We'll move this 3r over. So that's going to give us minus 3r. All right. This will leave us with a negative rx equals g minus 3r. And then we're going to divide both sides by negative r. Negative r. Right? So that leaves us with x equals all of this stuff really, but it's g minus 3r over negative r. All right. On our next one, this one is a little bit more involved. We'll have to use a technique, factoring. So see, we have two x's on either side, and if we move this one over to this side, well, that's what we're going to do anyway. We have to get all of our variables that we're concerned with on the same side. All right, this is going to give us 3x minus, well, I guess I should kind of rotate those. Instead of xy, I'll call it yx. All right, minus g equals h. Now we can't combine these really because, well, they're not the same types of terms. This isn't a 5x, so I can't just combine it with a 3x. Let's see, I'm going to add g to both sides. That's going to give us, let me move this up a little. That's going to give us 3x minus yx. And then on the other side, we're going to have h plus g. All right, so the trick for getting the x here in such a way that we can get rid of the other stuff is we have to factor the x out. All right, so I'm going to pull an x out of both of these, and that's going to make this one a 3 because x times 3 is 3x. And this one is going to be a y because x times y is yx. And that still equals h plus g over there. So to get the x by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 3 minus y. Divide by 3 minus y. All right. This is going to give us our final answer. X equals, those will cancel, and we'll get h plus g over 3 minus y. Those are probably the most difficult to solve, but as long as you can, get all your x's onto one side and then factor it out, that's the trick.